Let's talk about releasing big emotions to God and becoming who we were created to be all along.
When I was about 6 years old, I had something really sad happen. And usually what I would do is hide the fact that I was really sad because I didn't want anybody to be inconvenienced, and I didn't want to burden anyone. I didn't want people to know that I was sad. But this time was different. It was such a deep rooted sadness that I was feeling that I actually allowed myself to feel sad and look sad and cry in front of my dad. Usually I was really tough, and my dad always valued me being tough. So I would just put on a brave face and I would stick it out, and I would make sure that I didn't show any emotion around him. But like I mentioned before, this time was different, and I allowed myself to cry in front of him. And honestly, I was a little scared. I didn't know how he would respond. But to my surprise, he comforted me and gave me a hug. And after about 5 minutes, I felt so much better. Once I released my emotions, I was able to think more clearly and focus on what needed to be done. I was able to more easily follow instructions and directions. By releasing emotions, I learned that I could process things in healthy ways by actually letting myself feel things. Several years later, after that moment, I learned that my emotions were not a part of who I was, but just a part of my experience in life. Eventually, I learned that releasing my emotions helped me to become more of who I really am. By walking in my original design more and more over the years, I'm able to do more of what God calls me to do and align my heart with His. Turn and talk to a person nearby you and ask them this question. What is the emotion you feel most in this season of life, and how do you release it? Does it align with how God wants you to release emotions? As we continue during this time together, remember, your feelings and emotions do not have to define who you are. God created everybody to feel things and passionately, and that's okay. But what we don't want to do is stay in those emotions. We want to release them to God and realign our heart with His, knowing that He's good no matter what happens. See you in the next video.